And welcome back to this segment of Wake Up and Live with the Arts. For those of you who obeyed Ms. Johnson's command and didn't go anywhere, I'm Gary Webster, and along with me is Michael Laurenty. We have the honor of sharing the position of playwrights in residence at the Wake Up and Live Actors Studio. Michael, you joined us how long ago? About a year?
A little over a year ago, yeah.
And Michael is fresh off the success of Kiss, the musical, which was recently performed at Tri-C West. You wrote it, you directed it. Tell us about the experience.
Oh, it was wonderful. It was a great experience. As a matter of fact, with us this evening are a couple of the folks that were in the show. It was a great opportunity. It was the first show that I had ever written, and it was exciting. I look forward to it, and it's kind of behind us now. And there's kind of a sadness that goes along with that, but you learn so much and look forward to these other projects that we're working on, which we're going to share with everyone tonight.
And you've taken that experience and learned from it and applied that to your other work, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Such as the work that we are about to see.
That's right, that's right. The first piece that we're going to do tonight is a piece called Marry Me, Will You? And it's going to be presented by Carolyn Durkee and Brandon Robertson, over here to our left. Carolyn was in Kiss. She was a stage manager in Kiss. Brandon is her boyfriend, actually, and they're going to do a scene from Marry Me, Will You, where the role is reversed a little bit. And really, if you'd like to get started, the only setup that I really need to give them is to let the folks know that we are in we are in Amber's bedroom. They don't live together, but their conversation starts.
And this is called Marry Me, Will You?
Exactly.
Carolyn and Brandon.
Honey, I want to talk to you about something.
What's up?
Have a seat.
What?
Sit on the bed. Are you comfortable?
Yeah, what's up, doll? You look like you're contemplating world hunger.
Please.
Sorry, go ahead.
We've been together for 3 years.
Has it been that long?
Evan.
Sorry.
And I think that we should get married before we live together.
What?
I think we should get married.
Married?
Married.
Married? We're not even engaged.
Nothing gets past you.
That's cute.
I think it's time we got married.
Married?
Married, Evan. Married, you know. A true commitment. Proposal. Something old, something new, borrowed blue. Here comes the bride. Rings, vows, church reception, honeymoon. Married, Evan.
Married?
Marry me, will you?
Marry you? I think we got a little role reversal thing going on with... Amber, are you proposing to me?
Well, not really. Well, yeah, I guess I am. Yes, I am. Marry me, Evan.
We're not even engaged.
Then let's get engaged.
Honey, I'm not trying to change the subject, but can we change the subject?
Evan, this is important to me. I want to get married. We've talked about this. You're so frustrating.
Amber.
Don't Amber me. I want to get married.
Why?
Why? Why do I want to get married? I'll tell you why, but I have to admit at this moment I'm not really sure about it myself.
Well, see, maybe you're not ready.
It's important to me.
I know, but don't you think we're just rushing it a little bit?
3 years, Evan. 3 years. We've been together for 3 years.
Here we go.
We've made great strides in the relationship, don't you think? Everything's going so well. We talked about living together. We bought furniture together. But I want to know that you're committed.
Or should be.
It's not funny. I'm serious. It's important that we show interest in the things that are important to each other.
We do, don't we?
Well, not completely. That's what being married is. A lifetime together to work on all those things. It's the most important thing we can do. Don't you want to marry me?
It's not that, hon. It's just...
Just what? What is it? Oh, getting the milk, so why buy the cow?
Oh, no. Come on. That's not true. What's wrong with just living together first?
I'll tell you. Statistically, if we move into my place or your place, we're destined for doom. If anything, we should find a new place to call our own. That makes sense, doesn't it?
I guess.
But how do you feel about house guests? How about pests? How about your time alone? Or the time we spend with each other? Are you ready to deal with all of that? And what about our schedules? And what we expect from each other and our needs? Are you ready to dive into that dark and gloomy void?
Slow down. How or why do you think any of these things would get any easier if we were married?
Oh, wait, there's more. How about chores, And if we do live together, how will I know that you won't fall into some complacent state of being and have no desire to get married at all?
I won't.
Don't you see it? Living together may or may not help us financially. It may or may not show us who we really are to each other. But no matter how you stack it, the odds are against us if we live together before we're married. That is, if we ever do.
Hey,
Ever do get married. I know that you think this should not be so much work, or that you'll have to give up boys' night out, or let's face it, saying yes to me means saying no to every other woman out there. But that's what devotion is, Evan. Committed love. I don't care where society is today, but I do know that following their rules will only add us to the list of the fallen.
well, I'm quirky and so are you, right? Well, while we live together, we'll be learning more about each other's values and strengths.
And what have we learned in the past 3 years?
If we live together first, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but let's say we live together and it doesn't work out. Wouldn't it be better knowing that as roommates instead of getting married?
Evan, if you look at me as a roommate, then that's all I'll ever be.
You're twisting things around.
And you're not listening. I love you, Evan. I don't judge you. I support you, and I listen to you, and I'm asking you to do the same.
I just don't see what the big thing is.
Okay. I can't ask for more than you can give, but I do know that I have to make changes that work for me.
What does that mean?
I want more. If you can't or aren't willing to work with me,
Now hold up, I didn't say anything.
we had sex before we got married. I always thought I'd wait.
Everyone has sex before they get married.
That doesn't make it right.
Now you're really stretching it.
Am I? Look, I don't blame you for it. It was my choice, however, it was a bad one that I can't change, but I can look at dealing with it differently.
How so?
Don't you see? I don't want you to have some of me. I want you to have all of me. I'd be cheating myself and you if you didn't have all of me. So,
I don't like how this sounds.
until further notice, this is off limits. Consider the entertainment center closed.
Amber,
I'm serious.
all of you, that's just wrong. You can't just stop doing it like that.
Doing it?
You know what I mean.
Well, actually, I can. Is that what it takes to get you to listen to me? I want, more than anything, to give myself to you. All of me, to honor, to love, to cherish, and even to obey. Because, well, actually, we can have lots of fun with that one. What I'm saying is that I want to be married. A wedding would be nice, but a marriage is more important. I want that. As much as it pains me to say this, if you don't want me the way that I want you, then maybe...
Wait. Can I think about this?
Think about it. When a man asks a woman to marry him, does she say, "Can I think about it?" No, she gives an answer right then.
It's not that I don't want to marry you, and I think you know that. It's just that I don't know if I'm ready for everything that comes with it.
Everything that comes with it.
Yes.
Again, is it that, or is it the things that you'll have to do without?
I just want to know that when I say I do, I'll be able to live by those words forever.
So, you're saying you won't marry me?
No, I'm not saying that I won't marry you. Well, this is just a bit of a shock, you know, you asking me. You gotta admit it. Not the standard way this is done.
I don't want to be standard, Evan. I don't want to be the 1 and 2 that falls apart.
Can I please have a little time to think about it? I want to marry you someday, I do.
Someday.
I just really like to be the one asking you.
Okay, you got 20 minutes.
Whoa, that's not what I meant.
Well, how much time do you need?
6 months?
3 months.
6 months.
2 months.
2 months?
1 month.
What happened to 3 months?
2 weeks.
No, wait!
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 months.
1 month.
1 month?
1 week.
1 month.
1 month.
Fine.
Is that 1 month?
1 month, okay. Now what exactly am I doing in 1 month?
You are impossible. You have 1 month to decide whether or not you want to marry me.
Oh, I want to marry you.
Yeah, I know. Someday.
Play nice.
Okay. You have 1 month to decide whether or not you want to marry me.
That's fair.
When that's done, within that month, you have to propose.
What?
You have to propose.
Is that what we agreed on?
I know I heard it. So, 1 month from today, we will either be engaged or
Or what?
expired.
That's not right.
Evan, do you remember when we went to see that musical? The one I wanted to see so badly I had to beg you to take me?
Yes.
Do you remember the theme song, My Life is Today?
Yes, I remember.
Do you remember how much we liked it and thought that it was just...
Honey, I don't want to cut you off or cut you short on your thoughts, but really, what is your point? I'm not trying to sound harsh, but does this have anything to do with us getting married? I realize that's important, but we're living for today, aren't we?
Evan, I love you. I know I do. And if you love me as much as you say you do, in 1 month, we'll be on the way to the rest of our life. But if not...
I'll give it my full attention. I promise.
Okay.
But I do have one question.
What's that?
Now, don't get mad.
Now what?
Is there any chance of a reprieve on that entertainment situation?
1 month, Evan. 1 month.
Now, Michael, what did we just hear? And by that I don't mean the name of the play, which we already know, but explain a reading as opposed to a full performance, the various kind of performances that there can be of a play, especially of this duration.
Well, generally what happens after a playwright writes a play, goes through it so many different times in the editing process, they go through what's called a workshop process. And what a workshop process does is an opportunity to hear the play read, where the playwright generally sits back and listens and takes notes and sees what works and what doesn't work. And what we experienced just here for our audience and for ourselves right now was an opportunity to see in camera, which is seldom how it's done, two individuals sitting here and doing a reading of a segment of a play. And so what it'll do is it'll, again, give me the opportunity to listen to it and to see what I think works, what I think doesn't work. It also gives a chance to read in front of an audience, as an audience, to get a taste of it and see if maybe that's something they may be interested in going to see a full production of that show. What happens? Do they get married? Do they break up? Do they expire? And it's different stories along, that you can experience along the way, different opportunities.
And what we heard here this evening, was that a cold read?
A cold reading is pretty much where you've never seen the script before. I would say no. The scripts were given to the actors up front. They had an opportunity to read them and had an opportunity to go through some of their character development along the way. A cold reading would be as if we sat down with the script in hand, never having seen the script before, and read it. And then that makes it it's a much more arduous, it's a much more difficult process to find that character. And generally what you'll see in cold readings, that you start off with, it's kind of cold and stoic. However, after a while, once you start warming up to that character, you can start putting some characterization into them.
And let's take just a moment to find out a little more about our performers this evening. Now, Carolyn, you were in Michael's performance of Kiss at Tri-C. Tell us about that experience.
Well, it was really interesting. It was actually my first show at Tri-C, and my first time doing a musical that was brand new and never been done before. So it was hard in that I'd never seen anyone perform the character before, so I kind of had to develop the character completely on my own, which is a really interesting process.
Now, it's interesting you would say that. Michael was your director. How much input did he give you into the development? And being the writer, the playwright, in addition to being the director, how much input did you get from your director into the development of your character?
Well, Michael kind of let us find it on our own, and he answered any questions I had about, how would they react to this question or whatever situation. But mostly he kind of gave us free rein to really develop it ourselves, which is really cool and a learning experience.
And Brandon, how did you get dragged in here this evening, and what's your theatrical background?
Well, I've never got to work with Michael before. I did see Kiss because my girlfriend's in it, and that's how I met Michael. I've actually been doing theater on and off since in the 4th grade. I did a couple plays in the 4th grade, did a musical in 7th grade. High school, I did a couple of musicals, and I didn't really start getting serious about doing theater until after college. I did a show in Medina with Medina Showbiz, and I did a show in Buckeye with her, and then now I met Michael, so I'm just expanding my theater possibilities right now by meeting new people, doing new shows, different places.
And what are your goals, both of you, as far as the theater or performing is concerned?
For me, I just kind of do it as more of a recreational thing. I really love it. It's a passion, but I'd like to do more shows at Tri-C. I'd love to work with Michael again. It's one nice thing about theater is that the more you do, the more people you can meet, the more opportunities you get to really expand. It's really fun.
And Brandon, how about you?
I'm also like Carolyn. I like to do it for recreational. It's something that I do because I love that 2 hours to get away from your normal life. You step into it, you play a different character. It's it's a good break from your everyday grind that you do. You get to step in, play a different character, and other people get to see you as a different character. So that also leads to you get to show the audience this person. Now I'm not Brandon when I'm on stage, I'm the person that I'm playing, and that's what the audience gets to see. So that's what I love about theater.
And I want to thank you both for being here this evening. However, we are not finished with Michael as yet. We've got another performance coming up in just a moment, so please stay with us for that. We'll talk some more with Michael, and we'll hear another of your plays right after this.